So the Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers in what was yet another bloodbath in the Super Wild Card weekend, 42-21, and what was also Big Ben's last game as a Steeler and as a professional quarterback. Not much to talk about when it comes to this game. I predicted it would turn out this way. Kansas City running roughshod all over Pittsburgh. Now, give Pittsburgh credit. They did hang with Kansas City in the beginning of the game, like in the first quarter and at the beginning of the second quarter. They even got a defensive touchdown, which was the first touchdown scored in the game. It came off of a Darrell Williams fumble. It started off as a bad exchange between Mahomes and Darrell picks it up. Cameron Hayward comes in, knocks it loose. TJ Watt picks it up and runs it in for a touchdown. That was one of Pittsburgh's highlights, and then TJ Watt gets a pass deflection, which allows Devin Bush Jr. to come in and pick the ball off. TJ Watt better win Defensive Player of the Year award. He has been the best pass rusher by far this season. But speaking of TJ and the Steelers defense, Devin Bush Jr., 1 pick, 1 pass deflection. Alex Smith-High, 1 sack. TJ Watt, 1 pass deflection, 1 sack. He had 3 hits on the quarterback, fumble recovery, and a touchdown. Travius Adams, 1 sack, 1 hit on the QB. And outside of that, Pittsburgh's defense just got manhandled. Offensively, they didn't do a whole lot. It was the traditional Pittsburgh Steeler offense. Dink and dunk, quick throws, not try to take chances and attack the Chiefs secondary. Couldn't establish a running game. 20 rushing attempts, 56 yards total. Big Ben, 29 completions, 44 attempts, 215 yards total, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 2 times. I didn't really care too much for what I saw. Like I said, just a bunch of dink and dunk, just a boring offensive display. Najee Harris, 12 attempts, 29 rushing yards. Once again, not being able to establish a running game. Deontay Johnson, he had a couple drops or a drop. But you know what? If I am a Steelers fan, I am ready to move on from this guy because he keeps having these mental lapses. I think he only had 1 drop, but one of the drops would have been for first down, and he dropped it. It would be disappointing because he seems like a good quality receiver to have, but he's just not reliable when it comes to catching the football. He just has these mental lapses. Juju Smith-Schuster, Juju, 8 targets, 5 receptions, 26 yards. Chase Claypool, 7 targets, 3 receptions, 25 yards. Pat Ferreira-Muth, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. 5 targets, 4 receptions, 25 yards. Deontay Johnson did have a touchdown. James Washington also had a touchdown. James Washington was targeted 3 times, 2 receptions, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, just not. Those touchdowns basically came in garbage time. It was pretty much over anyway. Now, as far as the Chiefs, they have their mojo back, and they've had it back for a while. Kansas City, 22 rushing attempts, 106 yards total. They turned the ball over 2 times. Pat Mahomes, 30 for 39, 404 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was phenomenal. Travis Kelce, he had a throwing touchdown at the goal line, but he was targeted 7 times, 5 receptions, 108 yards, 1 touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, 12 rushing attempts, 61 yards, targeted 6 times, 6 receptions, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. DeMarcus Robinson, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 76 yards. Tyreek Hill, 5 targets, 5 receptions, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. Byron Pringle, 7 targets, 5 receptions, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nick Allegretti, the offensive lineman, the big man, he had a touchdown at the goal line. Defensively for the Chiefs, they played well. They played phenomenal. This defense has definitely come on. Since the Mark Ingram trade, that has been really big for them. If they are able to keep this momentum going, they are going to be a tough out to beat, even tougher than they were before, because now you have to worry about that defense. And that was one of my issues with Kansas City, really ever since the Patrick Mahomes and the Andy Reid era started, was their lack of offensive talent. Michael Dana, 1 sack. Sean Wharton, 1 pass deflection, 1 sack. Dana had 2 hits on the quarterback. Sean also had 1 hit on the quarterback. Willie Gay Jr., he had a forced fumble. So yeah, just a beat down. The Steelers need to not only move on from Ben Roethlisberger, but also from Mike Tomlin, Deontay Johnson, and whoever the hell their offensive coordinator is. Because, I don't know, since Mike Tomlin's last championship that he won with his team, it has just not worked out, okay? They've been losing games, primetime games, that people have predicted that they will lose, especially to the Patriots. Playoff games, by the way. And in this game, you get blown out yet again by the same team that blew you out just a few weeks ago. Deontay Johnson is not reliable. He can be a good quality receiver, but he just drops way too many passes. And the offensive coordinator, I don't know, this whole dink and dump BS, not trying to take chances. The Steelers just need to maybe start thinking about some other major changes. That's all I'll say. As far as the Chiefs, they will play the Buffalo Bills, and that should be a good one. A rematch of last year's AFC title game. That's my take on the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs football game. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video for more content like this. And that is it. I am out.